Is Brian Shaw really getting stronger at arm wrestling, and who should be his next opponent? Hello arm wrestling fans, in today's video we will talk about Knuckles Up 4 super matches announcements and then Brian Shaw's recent practice. What did I notice in that practice and who should Brian be facing next? Let's start. So Knuckles Up 4 event will be held at Fort Lee, New Jersey on September 24th. The super matches are as follows. Ryan Bowen versus Andrei Sharkovich. Andrei Shark is an absolute monster. He's been performing really well in USA, but I think Ryan Bowen can be at that level. I would still slightly favor Andrei in that match. It is going to be a really difficult match for Ryan Bowen. Mario Tambakis versus Plamen Dimitrov. Mario is the bigger guy. Plamen Dimitrov is the stronger and much more experienced guy. Can this be a good matchup? Well, maybe if there is absolutely no weight cap on this one. Otherwise, Plamen is going to be an absolute favorite. And even if there is a weight cap, Plamen may still be the favorite. James Wall versus Craig Tullier. James Wall lost in a very close match against RVJ in the recent Arm Gods event. Him going up against Craig Tullier, who always used to have great matches against RVJ, is a great decision. And then we have Bak Seong-yeol. He has won one match and lost one match at Knuckles Up. He'll be going up against the legend Svetlana Gashevsky. So Ryan Bowen was able to top roll Bak Seong-yeol. And any guy, any arm wrestler in this world who Ryan can top roll, Svetlana Gashevsky will most certainly top roll that guy. But the question is, Ryan finished the match with a press. Does Svetlana Gashevsky have a press, or will he in fact need a press to win this match? Still, even if he doesn't have that press, he will be the favorite to win this one. Toshiyuki Shishido versus Matai Varangi Hatamoris. I have no idea who the stronger guy is, but it may be Matai Varangi. But Toshiyuki can also arm wrestle without his wrist. And Matai Varangi will take his wrist, but where the match goes from there, we'll have to see and we'll have to purchase the pay-per-view. Knuckles Up will use many tournaments as qualifiers, and these tournaments will be all over the world. Link to all of them will be available in the description. So few days ago, Derek Smith went to Brian Shaw's gym for an arm wrestling training. And as expected, fans are saying that Brian has already improved a lot. He's moving much better. He's looking stronger. And naturally, you would think that Brian has improved a lot since the last time he trained with Devon. So it looks like despite the heavy criticism, Devon's advanced training style actually worked for the beginner Brian Shaw. Or maybe there is a different angle to it. Brian is naturally an inside arm wrestler. He just feels much more comfortable there. Maybe because of the way he's built, because he can engage his massive frame and also the massive amount of strength that he has built along with that frame. But Devon taught Brian something at which Devon is the best in the world, and that is complete outside top roll arm wrestling. And maybe that's why Brian was moving like a dummy when Devon was teaching him outside techniques. But while practicing with Devon in the defensive hook and also in the offensive hook, Brian looked much more comfortable, much more fluid with his movements. If Brian was asked to demonstrate maybe a top roll move here, then I'm not sure if he would look much better than a couple of months ago. So now the big question is, who should Brian Shaw face next? The name that I'm about to suggest is not an option for an official high-level big stage super match, because that needs much more consideration and only Brian Shaw can do that. But for a practice match scenario like the matches that Larry Wheels had with Rahul Panekar, the first match where he got beat by Rahul, it got viral, it gave both of the athletes much more exposure. And then the second revenge match where Larry destroyed Rahul Panekar and he got to know that yes, his level has improved a lot. So maybe the same can happen with Brian Shaw as well, and the opponent for that practice match, but a serious one, should be Derek Smith himself. So in this match, even if Brian Shaw takes a loss, then it's not a big deal. If he goes to a huge stage like East versus West or King of the Table for his first match and then he loses it, it may demotivate him a lot. But he has already practiced with Derek many times. Even if he loses to his coach, it may not be a big deal. He can once again check it a few months later if he actually got stronger or not, if he actually can defeat Derek at that time or not. And I'll go as far as to say, if Brian has the potential to ever become a top 5 guy in the world, he should be able to defeat Derek Smith with practically no training at all. He has already had a couple of months training, and he can have a couple of months more training before he has that practice super match. And if he cannot defeat Derek, then maybe it's time to re-evaluate the goal of becoming the number one guy in the world. Now, some people might be saying that you do not go against your coach or against your training partner in an official super match scenario. It kind of ruins the training partnership. I don't agree with that. Derek Smith and Chan Shaw decided to avoid each other, and also Corey West, to kind of rise up together and see where this strategy got him. See what kind of returns this strategy gave them. Negative returns, not even neutral ones. So please suggest a match for Brian Shaw, and do you agree with this Derek Smith match suggestion? Thanks for watching, like the video and subscribe.